offered to the Lord for the sins of the people. Because for every sin, blood needs to be shed. You understand that? So what took place next? The second goat, the Bible said that Aaron was to lay both of his hands on that goat's head. Lay both hands on that goat's head, and he's supposed to pray. He's supposed to whisper or say the people's sins. All the sins that the Israelites had done, he's supposed to say it in that goat. Lay both hands on it, speak those sins into that goat. Once he was done speaking those sins into that second goat, the Bible said that a fit man, a man that is ready, will take him out into the desert. And according to historians, they say usually it's about 17 miles out that he's got to take this goat into the desert. So the goat is lost once they release him, so he can't go back to the camp. That's the Azazel. That's what they call it. Today, in America, we might call it scapegoat. That's where the term black sheep come from, because it was called a black goat. Because it was away from everybody. They kept it away from people. Away. The sin went away. You have an example when Jesus casted a demon out of somebody. He cast it into the swine. Put it on an animal. Same thing that Aaron is doing symbolically, where he is speaking the sin into the goat. And they're taking it to the desert, far away from the camp, so he could die in the desert. So those sins don't come back to those people. You guys got the concept? Yes. Good. Now, with that said, we have come with the term of Baphomet. Everybody say Baphomet. Baphomet. Let me explain to you the origin of Baphomet. Stop me if you have questions. The origin of the name Baphomet is not clear. To be honest with you, it does not appear in the Bible. It appears to be a combination of two Greek words, bathy and metis, meaning absorption of knowledge. Of the author's claim, it is corruption of Muhammad. But first definition seems to be more accurate. Baphomet has its origins in the goat of Mendes. Baphomet was also one of the aliases of Aleister Crowley. Y'all remember who that is, right? Yeah. I'll show you his picture again soon. Baphomet has been called the goat of Mendes and the black goat. The goat has also been has to do with fertility and is symbolic of the magnum opus of alchemy, when one's energies from Kundalini increases. Spiritual alchemy is an ancient Egypt and is of ancient Egypt and is the transformation of the human soul into the Godhead. It is the completing our Creator God, Satan's work. Oh, you didn't catch that? Let me repeat it for you again. Spiritual alchemy is of ancient Egypt and is the transformation of the human soul into the Godhead. This is the completing of our Creator God, Satan's work. Still don't get it.
That's an somebody I don't mind.
Okay? The most famous historical account of Baphomet began with the Knights Templar. The Baphomet is at the time of the Templars were believed to be an idol represented by a human skull, a stuffed human's head, or a metal wooden head with curly black hair, or sometimes a black cat. The idol was said to be worshipped by the Knights Templar in their later days and as the sources of fertility and wealth. The Knights Templar is also known as the Poor Knights of Christ. Was founded in 1118 by Hugh of Payen of Champagne, France. Okay? But it goes on to let you know about the sun, where it came from, and how they worshipped this goat back in this time and made it an idol just so they could find wealth, prosperity, so they could find fertility. Y'all know what fertility is? Okay? So if you can't have children, just like a lot of people worship Mary, or they pray to Asheroth, or they pray to the pole, a lot of people will do that so they can have children. Okay? Or Diana, all these other gods that they pray to just so they could have children. This god, Baphomet, was also for that also. Can we move on? You guys got time. Y'all not having a lot of questions, but I know y'all will soon. This is who Baphomet is. We as Christians know that the one goat was offered to God, the other one took the sin and so it could die in the desert. Azazel. That's what we know. That goat does not represent Christ taking away our sins. No, it does not. The desert signifies death. Because it represents a place for the devil and his demons. Or even his demonic spirits. That's what the desert represents. Somebody read for me. Isaiah chapter 13, verse 21 and 22. Somebody else find 34 through 14. And somebody else find 12 through 43. Once you find it, read it loud.
But wild animals will lie down there, and their houses will be full of howling creatures. Their ostriches will dwell, and their wild goats will dance. Hyenas will cry in its towers, and jackals in the pleasant palaces. Its time is close at hand, and its days will not be prolonged.
Oh, this is in the desert. Okay? Next.
And wild animals shall meet with hyenas. The wild goat shall cry with his fellows indeed. There the night bird settles and finds herself a resting place.
That's how I now. All these crazy things you're finding in the desert. In the first verse that she read, in this chapter 22, and verse 22, it talks about the dragon, or the old serpent. And you know who that is? Satan. Because Revelation 12 calls him the old serpent, the dragon of old. Somebody read Matthew 12, verse 43.
When the unclean spirit is gone out of a man, he walketh through the dry places, seeking rest, and findeth none.
Wow. So when you cast an evil spirit out of somebody, what does the Bible say?
Findeth none.
No, read it again.
When the unclean spirit is gone out of a man, he walketh through the dry places.
So when an evil spirit is cast out of a man, that evil spirit needs another body. It goes where there is dry places. Where do you find dry places? It's there. Once it can't find anyone, it will come back and try to find a body, or it will come back on the person even stronger with more demons. Am I making sense to you?
Can people take that literally and think there are things in the desert?
There are.
Kind of twisted.
Oh, like for like spirits like that?
No. There's spirits everywhere.
Oh.
But I'm saying, those animals, that's what they represent. Because you'll find hyenas. You won't find hyenas out here. But you'll find hyenas in the desert. You ever seen an owl? In real life.
Yeah.
But you find the nice looking owls. Not the scary ones where, they will really bug you out. All day. Never sleep. And they do it at night. Some people, according to some historians, they think that owls are actually bats. That we call bats today. But they were owls. But that's something else. So, what a lot of people are saying is Baphomet is that goat that had left, that was sent to the desert. It's that goat that was sent to the desert to die in the desert that a lot of people are trying to bring back. So that sinful lifestyle, the sin that God had said, remove it from them, a lot of people are saying, bring it back.